reduce your rent. Get a roommate. Shop for rentals in the winter when rents are lower. Consider privately owned rentals. Offer to pay a few months up front for a discount and offer to do repairs or office work for a lower rent.
Driving recklessly through a parking lot and now behind bars.
Tonight we're getting brand new video of pursuit in Thurston County. Sheriff Sanders posted this video earlier. He says one of his officers tried pulling over a car without license plates. That driver took off and sped through a gas station and neighborhood at high speeds. Deputies pursued the car, which was going 130 miles an hour. While going around a roundabout, the driver spun out.
Show me your hands! Put your hands up! Put your hands up!
The driver ran off. That's where canine ego comes into play. Deputies say they tracked him to a heavily wooded area, quickly took him into custody. The driver was then taken to the hospital to be checked out and then hauled off to jail.
An Arizona officer responds to two dogs struggling with heat distress. The pups were found with no food, no water, and no shade in the Phoenix, Arizona heat last week. One of the dogs, named Sonia, was visibly struggling to breathe. Officers rushed her to the hospital where she later died, but officers were able to save another dog named Chungo. Chungo was given water and hosed down. He is now with the Humane Society.
Caught on camera, an American bomb from World War II exploded at a Japanese airport on Wednesday. Take a look. The explosion caused a large crater in a taxiway and forced the cancellation of more than 80 flights. Luckily, no one was injured. Investigators are working to determine what caused it to go off. The 500-pound unexploded bomb was buried underneath Miyazaki Airport. Japanese historians say in 1943, it was an Imperial Navy flight training field, targeted by Allied forces because it was the home base to hundreds of kamikaze pilots late in the war.
A 20-year-old put into cuffs after allegedly stabbing a handyman to death. And his bail amount is a hot topic. What a new judge just decided and what comes next.
The brutal murder of a family 27 years ago. And now the men convicted of the crime want their sentences reduced. We'll take you inside the courtroom to hear the judge's decision.
A normal stop at an intersection takes a terrifying turn. What happened when a car came flying through? You're watching Fox 13 News.
Hey, it's Jeremy with Republic Services, and I'm here to bring you your helpful recycling tip. Not all plastics are created equally, and some are better suited for recycling than others. When you recycle at home, you should only recycle hard plastic containers like bottles, jugs, and tubs. Flexible plastics like grocery bags, bubble wrap, and shipping pouches wrap and tangle around the sorting equipment at the recycling center, so they should never be placed in your recycling bin. For more information on recycling, visit recyclingsimplified.com.
The doctor will see you now.
But do they really? Do they see all that you are? At Kaiser Permanente, all of us work together to care for all that is you. Kaiser Permanente.
As fans, you always show up big.
You drive hours to away games.
Brave 0-degree weather.
You go all out.
Now, it's time to show up just as big for our country.
And that starts with registering to vote.
The average time to register is literally 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
It's not just our game that needs us.
Our country and local communities do too.
Let's get it.
Hey, it's Dr. Mike. A new study found that if you are older, over 60, even moderate amounts of alcohol intake can increase your risk of cancer. Now, look, I don't want to be your personal Oppenheimer and the destroyer of your world, but look, limit the amount of alcohol. Maybe a mocktail is just what the doctor ordered. I'm Dr. Mike Sirigliano with the Fox Medical Team.
Preheat your ovens and your brains.
Thursdays, Crime Scene Kitchen is cooking.
Look, what is this?
The crumbs lead to clues.
If this is what was baked in Crime Scene Kitchen, you ain't going home today.
Crime Scene Kitchen, only Thursdays on Fox, and watch anytime on Hulu.
Hey there, newsies. Let me introduce you to Fox Local. It's where you can stream Fox 13 Seattle live and on demand for free. We have an awesome lineup, including Fox 13 News, The Spotlight, and the West Coast News Wrap. Fox Local is your portal to stay staying informed and entertained. So are you ready to change the way you watch news? Welcome to Fox Local, where premium content beats the unbeatable price of free. Start streaming Fox 13 Seattle today on Fox Local. It's a news experience you've been waiting for.
A man accused and convicted of brutally killing a Bellevue family in 1997 was back in court today. He wants to get out of prison. Alex Barani was only 17 when he and his best friend were arrested for the deaths of Kimberly Wilson, her parents, and her sister.
The pair were convicted to life sentences, but changes in youth sentencing laws give him a chance to have a lower sentence or go free. As Fox 13's Alejandro Guzman reports, Alex Barani and his co-defendant David Anderson are likely the only juveniles to be convicted of life without parole.
I want to extend my sincere apologies to you for any trauma that the uncertainty of this process has caused you.
Forced to relive the memories of a brutal and violent crime are the loved ones of Kimberly Wilson, her parents, Bill and Rosalie, and her little sister Julia at the hands of convicted murderer Alex Barani and his best friend, David Anderson.
After Mr. Barani strangled Kim Wilson to death while Mr. Anderson stomped and kicked her.
The pair then drove back to Kim's home, brutally killing her family because they may have known who she was with the night she was murdered. Court records show the duo plotted the murders for a year, carefully calculating how to avoid harsher punishments and committing the crimes when they were only 17.
Some say that time heals all wounds.
Their pain and suffering only exacerbated by changes in juvenile sentencing laws. Barani was convicted of 4 counts of murder in January of 2000. Fast forward to 2012, the U.S. Supreme Court said life without parole sentences for people under 18 violate the 8th Amendment under cruel and unusual punishment. 6 years later, the Washington State Supreme Court followed suit, saying children must be treated differently because their brains are not fully developed. Barani's previous sentence vacated, meaning prosecutors would now have to seek a new sentence in line with the court's, a minimum of 25 years to life.
This family has been nothing but gracious and understanding, certainly frustrated and angry.
Mr. Barani confessed to his participation in the murders of the Wilson family and has also expressed remorse for his actions.
Judge Jason Poitras weighed Barani's troubled childhood and highlighted that he hasn't had a single incident in the last 18 years of his incarceration. Still, he said this case calls for a sentence above the 25-year minimum.
Mr. Barani shall be sentenced as follows. On count 1, 46 years to life. On count 2, 46 years to life. On count 3, 46 years to life. On count 4, 46 years to life.
That was Alejandro Guzman reporting. Barani is getting credit for time served, meaning he could go before board as soon as 2043, who will determine if he will be released or serve longer. Anderson was resentenced to 33 years to life, but due to another opinion by the Supreme Court, prosecutors have appealed and will seek a new sentencing. It's the moment the 20-year-old accused of stabbing a handyman to death in Renton was put into handcuffs. Kashawn Jimerson was in court this afternoon after he was released on a $50,000 bail over the weekend, just 27 hours after he was arrested. The state wanted to increase his bail to $2 million.
Ultimately, the Superior Court judge thought that amount was too high and set his bail at $500,000. In this video, you can see Jimerson hit 65-year-old handyman Michael Gray from